Hello and welcome to this special news feature coming to you on Nagaland and Northeast Cornerstone TV, NECTV news from our studios at Kohima, Nagaland. I am Sekula Nene. We carry this news from Nagaland via our 24/7 TV website http://northeastcornerstonetv.in and our Northeast Cornerstone TV YouTube channel. With the general public of Dimapur and travelers from all over Nagaland facing traffic delays, jams and congestion near vital points and bridges when entering or exiting Dimapur city, most people of Nagaland are waiting and have a right to know what is going on with the progress of construction of these bridges. Nagaland Cornerstone TV team had a talk recently with the concerned authorities. In another exclusive first-time ever interview to electronic media, the Deputy Commissioner Mr Kevin Kevekha Zehol and Executive Engineer PWD Road and Bridges Talitemsu Jamir briefed us about the status of the two bridges under construction in Dimapur, which are the RCC Bridge over Dhansiri River at Nagarjan and the RCC Bridge over Chate Dipubar B behind Referral Hospital. Along with DC Dimapur, the engineer of R&B talked to our team on progress of the bridge construction, quality of bridge construction and workmanship so far. They highlighted the challenges faced and briefed us on the coordination between the contractor, the department concerned and the civil authorities with other necessary information for the public. Over to Wabang Mua for the interview.
At this moment, we are glad to be here at the Office Chamber of the Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur, Mr. Kevin Kevekha Zehol. And we also have here with us Mr. Talitemsu Jamir, who is the Executive Engineer of the PWD Roads and Bridges in Dimapur. So today we want to discuss specifically about the bridges in Dimapur. And so we want to talk about the bridge over joining Nagarjan and the Kuda village, bridge over Dhansiri River in Nagarjan. And the second is the bridge over Chate River, which is behind the Referral Hospital. And so these two are vital bridges connecting large communities of people. And so, firstly, Mr. Talitemsu Jamir, can we have an idea of the progress of the bridge? What's been happening right now?
Progress for both the work is very, very good. I joined this division in the month of October 2017. And coincidentally, the work also started in the same month. To start with, the progress of Nagarjan, the span of the bridge is 120 meter. It has 4 mid-pier and 2 apartments. So two apartments. Okay. Yes. So in percentage-wise, it's about 60% completed now. Physical progress is about 60%. And financial progress is about 5%. So there, what I mean to say is, the contractor also understands the need to have the bridge at the earliest. So even if the flow of fund is not that good, he is going with the progress of work so seriously.
Yeah,
so we all can see that.
When I visited the site, this bridge is, like we have said, this is near Nagarjan. One thing which really impressed me was that the work completed, physical progress is 60%, whereas the payment is only 5%. So the money and the work progress does not commensurate at all. And I think this way we have to appreciate the contractor also.
So you mean to say also that the contractor has gone ahead with his own,
his own
pollution as well as with his own finance and with 5% of the money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I mean, that's a very strange situation. And how and why did that happen?
In my opinion, see, the firm is this Nagarjan Infratech Private Limited. Proprietor is Mr. Kolo. He had understood the importance of the bridge immediately. He wanted to complete the bridge immediately so that the public does not suffer.
He's a resident of that area?
No, he is based in Janavali. He is the contractor for both the bridge, not only the Nagarjan, but the bridge over Chate behind Referral Hospital. Even that, the progress is also very good. All the substructure has come up. What is remaining is the girder beam over the pier and abutment, and then over that slab that will be custom. So our target of completion would be April 2020.
Nagarjan.
Yeah.
So approximately 120 meters, and that you were saying nearly 5 piers, right, or 6?
4 meet pier, meet, and then
The last two.
the last 2 is abutment.
Okay, okay. So 60% completed and 5% under finance only. So what would be the next step? He's surely going to get paid, right? And so,
Oh yes.
and so how come also the finance was late in coming?
That I won't be able to answer. It depends on the flow of fund that is generated by the government. It is under some central road fund. So that answer is, I think, beyond my capacity to answer.
So central road fund will come from the center, right?
Yes.
And to the state government,
Yes.
to the roads and bridges.
Yes.
So there has been some kind of it has not reached the roads and bridges of Nagaland department, or what would be the process?
From time to time, the central road fund, that fund will be released to the government of Nagaland. And the government of Nagaland will decide. There are other projects also under CRF. So the government will decide according to the progress of work. Sometimes the amount may be more, then the contractor will get more payment. Otherwise, in this very situation, the contractor should be getting more payment actually. Same contractor and the progress is almost the same. The difference between these 2 bridges, the one at Nagarjan has pile foundation.
So
Pile foundation.
Okay.
And the one at
Chate.
Chate, behind the rail hill, is open well foundation. It is driven mechanically up to a depth of 12 to 15 meter in the case of this Nagaland. And in the other case, the open well foundation, it is also a deep foundation, very popular in India. The foundation is dug, excavated in a big size, and then mass concreting is done. So that would be at a depth of about 30 to 35 feet deep.
Whereas the other.
And that
Yeah.
decision of depthness will be decided by the designer. So for what the bridge at Consultant is also there, they have done the design. So the duty of the contractor is to follow the specification laid by the consultant, duly approved by the chief engineer office.
For the layman, how did how were you able to drill it and put it into place if the water is flowing?
I also visited the construction work that is going on. There is already diversion of the river. So when they are digging,
Yeah.
the river is diverted and is pushed to the other side.
Okay, okay,
And so when they go to the other, then they will divert accordingly again, so that it will flow to the other direction, and then they can actually go
Okay.
in.
Diversion.
So, back to the 60% completion and 5% financed, surely with so much percentage of work done, you will be paid for it, right?
There has been an agreement between the contractor and the government that after the completion of the work, the contractor should be duly paid.
Payment should not be anything. I mean, it should not cause any concern because there's proper work order, and it also depends how the contractor himself is submitting his bills requirement, because the department can only put up the matter. No? We supervise, but at the same time, the papers the contractors also have to submit.
Then what will be the next step? What is to be done? So far 60% is done, and so what is the next step?
The next, what is left over is now like to cast the girder beam over the mid pier and abutment. So the mid pier and abutment is over now.
All right.
In fact, the most difficult part is over.
What kinds of challenges did you face during the construction of the bridge?
As a department, we only have to remind them if there is any slow work, any sign of slowness is there. From time to time we remind. if any rectification is to be done, there's a site order book for each project. So we give instruction to the contractor what to do. And I had a word with the project manager of the contractor. They said that sometimes there is ban in Assam, so disruption in the supply of sun is there, and then the reinforcement that is used in those bridges are of bigger diameter, so those are not easily available in the market, so they have to order from either Guwahati or Assam. So sometimes some delay takes place in that also.
Actually, not only ban. The sand mohols, they have their own association, organization,
Right.
and yes, they may not be banned, but these people, the association, the unions, they could stop ferrying sand to Nagaland.
Yeah, yeah.
So these are also some of the challenges they go through.
Mhm.
Definitely, there are also hampers.
Soon now the summer months are coming and maybe the river will flow with full volume. So do you expect the work to be held up, or what is the situation now?
I think in Dimapur, I have not come across this continuous monsoon, There may be sudden rain, but after that, again, you see, even today also there was a
Yes,
sudden rain.
yes,
After that, there
yes.
is no rain. So
And they also predict that this monsoon will be getting lesser rainfall.
I think I'm quite confident that on seeing the sincerity of the contractor, the progress will be still good. And
And
targeted date to complete is next year by April. That's all.
Okay. So for the Nagarjan Bridge, right now, public is making use of the old bridge, right?
Yes.
All bridge.
Yes.
So that will go till the other bridge is
Oh
complete.
yes.
And it's now two ways also.
Two-way.
Two ways now.
Yeah, definitely.
For the light vehicles.
Would you like to share with us a little bit about this unique individual, I should say, the contractor, whether he has had some prior experience, and also, the kind of work he has done?
Oh, I was told that he has constructed quite a lot of bridges in Nagaland.
In Nagaland.
Yes.
For example, any?
I think around 3 or 4 bridges in Peren. He has a project manager, he has a site engineer, so his management is good.
What are some things our people could also perhaps learn from this project as well as this individual, whether we can, emulate or learn something from this?
For me, I would like to say that before we talk anything, we should first learn about that work. I was told one point of time that there was a paper write-up on not too encouraging on the Nagarjan Bridge that over Tansiri River. But if you know that work of physical progress 60%, the fund release up to this point of time is 5%. So simply trying to put blame on the other fellow without actually knowing the ground reality in the field situation, this is not good. And our people should actually refrain from doing this. I visited this and I was really very happy that this man so ambitious, and he is very confident he will get his bills. So he is actually without payment also, from his own pocket he is going on. And I think this needs a shabas to him.
Shall we talk a little bit about the bridge behind the referral hospital?
Yeah,
Chapter River?
I think we should also talk this because this actually connects to Newland, which is one of my farthest subdivision. So there is another bridge that is coming up in Balijan also, but equally these are important because at the moment now, because the Patkai, Pakla, Pahar sector, we are actually going for intensive construction. So we have actually now imposed all movement from 10:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. If this Chhatha river can come up, then this can actually, this will be the other alternative route. which will be through this Chatya river, behind that referral. Like that it goes and it comes out from through Zadima and it joins Kohima. This road is, I mean, it's very important.
The length between Chumukitima and Purana Bazaar is about 8 to 9 kilometers. So to connect with the new land, there was only one bridge. There was only one bridge.
This bridge.
Yeah, this bridge. The old bridge was collapsed in 2017, July 11. That bridge was about 30 to 40 years only. But the reason why it collapsed was because of soil erosion.
Live media LED screens with broadcast by Highland Dawn Media. Live multi-camera HD video record and live projection to HD LED screen. Live streaming videos simultaneously to websites, YouTube, Facebook. Later on, the same live event is telecast on 1. Nagaland Cornerstone TV, 24/7 online TV channel worldwide. Consistent, professional, reliable Nagaland and beyond media. We have another exclusive interview to electronic media by the Urban Development Officer, Engineer Er Akok Aier, with the Deputy Commissioner Dimapur, Mr Kevin Kevekha Zehol, who briefed us about the status of the RCC bridge under construction in Dimapur over Dhansari River, joining the Walford area to Purana Bazaar. This official spoke to our team on the progress of the bridge construction with other necessary information for the public. Over to the interview.
So we are here specifically to talk about the bridge, the construction of the RCC bridge over the Dhansari River, which is connecting the Walford and Purana Bazaar part of Dimapur. And so this is of vital interest to our public, as well as the public has a right to know. And so we want to talk firstly to Mr. Er Akok Aier, Urban Development Officer, regarding the progress of the bridge construction till date.
The actual construction of work was started in January 2017. And then, as per the timeline given by the work order, it is to be completed within 24 months, 2 months, that's excluding 10 months rainy season.
2 years.
2 years. So, according to the timeline, it is supposed to be completed by May 2020. But, as you know, it's a very crucial and strategic kind of a work where we cannot go wrong. So we had several rounds of talk with the contractors and the administration. We have decided that we have to push out the works, the progress of the works, and it should be completed by the December 2019. So far, the progress of work is 60%, and then the amount that we have released now is around 45%, that means 6.60 crores. The only problem that we face so far, most of the construction workers are from other part of the country. So whenever the election as well as all these issues coming up, go out and doing the works abandoned.
For example, maybe go to Assam, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for election or all these things. So even now, once they go out, it takes a lot of time to come back and then start to work. So for the last 2 months, the work was completely stopped. And I had a discussion with the representative of the contractors the day before that now the laborers, the workers are coming back slowly after the election and all these things is over. And he assured me that the work will be started in full swing by Monday.
In fact, I'll just come in also. What our urban development officer has said, the main challenges, constraints are, you see, all the laborers, the workers are from across the state. When there is election in the state, there's a tremendous shortage because they go away.
Like mass schedule leave.
So then when the NRC issue comes, they have to go. What has happened, like he mentioned, 2 months now. It's almost 2 months now, absolutely no work. I have also held a joint meeting with the contractor, with the department also. And during our discussion, the bottom line was that the work will start in full gear by 6 June again. But that also could not take off again. Even if we cannot go full gear, at least we can start the work again. Because we have already complete halt for 2 months.
Yes, sir. And in order to prevent such a issue again, what would be the solution? Or why are local people perhaps are not coming up also to take up such works?
I think that's a very valid point. That's a big thing that each and every Naga must actually. Why? Why do we have to depend everything on others? From our vegetables to animals to laborers, everything we have to depend on others things. So I think that's a very valid question, but at the same time, I feel this question should be put to every Naga. And it's time that we stand on our own feet.
Right. During the construction of the bridge, what kinds of challenges besides the worker issue you have? What kind of other challenges do you face?
Apart from the labor problem, the first problem that we faced just after starting the work was the 2017 devastating flood. Whatever little we could do during this crisis was completely damaged by the flood of 2007, which was very, very different from other normal flood. So only after the water level was receding to a desired level, we could again restart the work. So by end of September only, we could start the work actually.
That means how many months?
We have started from January 2007.
I mean, how many months did you have to wait for the flood to go away? Or days?
4 to 5 months.
Oh.
That year it was started from the month of May until the last of end of September we have to work. Only after that we could start to work. Yeah.
What about the oil erosion or the bank? Is it causing any problems for you?
Yes. Uncontrolled mining in the lower stream, it lowered the river bed. Now, within this few years also, we have seen that the river bed has gone down nearly 5 feet.
Deeper.
Yeah, and it exposed the piling also below the piling.
The foundation.
Yeah. So that's one trade that we have to think about, because it's not only about the completion of the bridge, but we have to think about the lifespan of the bridge.
Actually, this gravel and sand extraction, this is not only in the bridge area where our UDO is referring to, but we have issued, this office has issued restriction order in Chhatha River also, in Dansari also, not to go for extraction. But we learned the hard way. In fact, what our UDO is saying is all our own creation. We went mercilessly, lots of extraction. So with extraction over extraction, the area has become quite depressed now. It's quite deep. So I think this also, our public also should be aware that we must also take care of our own nature.
So actually, I mean, like, just for knowledge, like, is it everybody, I mean, is it the landowners or who is allowed to go in and who is taking it out?
No, in fact, we have given general ban. No owner or individual group, we have said that absolutely there will be no more extraction of sand gravel. And the river does not belong to anybody.
But still it's going on, right?
It is going on, but we are also now, we are trying our best to enforce it. Yeah.
So there are two options. One is totally complete banning the mining in the river bed. The second option is that we can have a check down like the things below the bridge.
Check.
So that, yeah, check down.
That level.
Yeah. Just to prevent the erosion of the bridge.
Till now, how has been the coordination between the contractor and your department and the workers concerned for the construction?
Coordination among the workers as well as the cooperation given by the administration is really appreciated. I thank our Commissioner for being so supportive and taking so much interest in our complete this kind of a crucial work in time.
And you were saying that completion of the bridge should be within December of 2019, right? So do you foresee that it will be really completed?
No, it will not. At this rate, it will not.
Why?
See, we have already lost 2 months. And so we are thinking today, Saturday, actually they are saying that they will start by Monday. Let's see what exactly happens. We are going to start the work after complete halting of 2 months. It's quite a lot.
So I mean that is
And
because
then
of the worker
you
problem,
see,
right?
Yeah.
Workers'
That's because of the working force. And see, we will start again hopefully by Monday. But now monsoon is not too far away. So that's the time when working holiday has to come. Because the river volume will increase, we will not be able to work. So those factors, and I think 2019 December 2, it is simply just out of question for completion.
As per my discussion with the contractor of the committee, they are saying that you'll make it into 2 shifts, mid shift and night shift, because space is also a problem.
See, if they can do that, it will be excellent. And in fact, I have visited the site myself 2 times already. My first visit itself, I was saying that please increase the, reinforce the manpower. Our UDO was also there, we were together. So, because they can actually work in 2 sectors or day and night, and if they reinforce manpower, of course, that magic can be done. But if it's not going to reinforce the manpower, I'll keep my fingers crossed. But I really don't know.
This is the overall view of the bridge. We have divided into 4 sections. One section, almost all the casting has been completed. The remaining 3 portions, towards the Walford side, we will still continue. But the middle section, where the flow of the water is high, here during the rainy season we will not do. The other side also, Purana Bazaar side also will continue. So the mid section, unless the water level will proceed, that means only after October we can continue this portion.
I see.
But this is a photograph taken in the closer range. So now you can see the completed portion of the bridge. After the completion, it will be like this. This is the mid section, 14 feet for vehicular movement. That's 2-way traffic. And on both sides, there is a 4 feet footpath on both sides of the bridge. The piling portion, though, it's going to be completed, and then piling gap also is completed on all the 4 sections. Now, scaffolding and then the RCC works is yet to be taken in 3 sections. But by July, the Walford site we are expected to complete because it's on halfway. Okay, now once the work is started on Monday, I think it will be completed by July.
So my appeal is to the department, so that the pedestrian area is not misused. I suggested them when I visited the site. I told them to put a deterrent pillar post so that the pedestrian road, which is meant for pedestrian, is not used by auto rickshaws and cycle rickshaws.
What is the size of the bridge? You know, like 2 vehicles or 3 can come down?
No, it's 2 lane only.
2 lane.
Yeah. So the width of the road is 14 feet, and then there is 4 feet footpath on both sides.
Both sides. Yes. So before we end, any last points you would like
Yeah, I want,
to share?
can I
Yes,
sum
yes,
up?
please.
This road is actually of crucial importance to us. Everybody is waiting each second, each hour, each day for completion. And definitely once this bridge is made through, the traffic congestion will be taken care of. So I make appeal to the department here and also more to the contractor to be more proactive so that the people of Nagaland enjoy this new bridge at the earliest time possible.
Thank you so much for your time.
Our pleasure.
All
Thank
the
you.
best for the bridge.
Live media, LED screens with broadcast by Highland Dawn Media. Live multi-camera HD video record and live projection to HD LED screen. Live streaming videos simultaneously to websites, YouTube, Facebook. Later on, the same live event is telecast on 1. Nagaland Cornerstone TV, 24/7 online TV channel worldwide. Consistent, professional, reliable Nagaland and beyond media.